Hey, how's it going, everyone? So for today's video, we are playing a student of the Full-Time Academy, Mr. Nolan Bang. On UTR, it says that Nolan's about like an 8.7, I believe, last time I checked. He also checked recently. He has had very solid wins against a couple of 9.4s. I would say he's definitely a little bit underrated. But this was a very impromptu match. You know, a few of the older kids were just out in the morning at ITFs or traveling, and so the boss just asked me to jump in and play Nolan, and I figured, yeah, all right, why not? Why not really test how active I am? So, but I wanted to do a little bit of commentary just to take you through what was going on in my mind, what my main focus was, how I changed strategies, when I changed strategies, and then also how I was dissecting Nolan's play, which was a big one. Other than that, it's just your typical match play where somebody gets their butt whooped and it's up to you to find out who it was. All right, let's get to the match. Hey guys, how's it going? So I figured that I would do this commentary outside because this is probably the last nice day of sunlight that we're gonna get here in Seattle. One of the first thoughts that I was having going into the beginning of the match was, you know, I didn't get a proper warm-up. Okay, look, I'm gonna be honest, that sounds like an excuse, but once you hit a certain age, you know, it is important to have a proper warm-up so that your body feels loose and you're mobile, right? So in the beginning of the match, I was just trying to stick in neutral as long as possible until my hands, arms, until my entire body completely warmed up. You will definitely see me hitting a little bit short. Part of that was just, you know, obviously I'm a little tight, but the other part is that I wanted Nolan to come into net to really test him at net, whether it was his overheads or his volleys. One of the things you'll notice is that physically Nolan can 100% keep up, but mentally you'll notice he does a couple of weird mistakes where, you know, he will overhit, he'll just randomly miss when we're in neutral. You know, he'll throw in random slices where he doesn't really need to. And you know, when I talked to him about it afterwards, he just felt like there was so much pressure to try to win the point, right? But I mean, that's, you know, that's part of tennis, is that the court is only so big, and you never really want to force your way into winning points. He didn't realize it at the time, but he was hitting a lot of good quality shots that were leading to weaker shots from me, but then he didn't see them enough to actually take advantage. First set's done, and you'll notice that there were a couple patterns that worked really well for Nolan. Out wide serve, +1 to the open court, especially on the ad side, You know, he does that multiple times, but for some reason, he doesn't continue to take advantage of that. If he is able to do that multiple times, right, at some point, yes, I'm going to be expecting it. Someone at his level needs to be able to change it up, where on the ad side, he'll go T, whether it's a kick serve or flat serve, playing towards the T, so that he can keep me on his toes, because there will be a time where you notice, like, even though I'm not hitting the best returns, I am starting to get every touch on it. The thing is, it becomes too repetitive, and I start to pick up on that, and then it's not so much of a free point anymore. The way he played the entire first set was way too predictable. Talks about how he doesn't really like to stay neutral. He's putting a little too much pressure on himself. Definitely in his own head, but just gave him some tips, and let's see if he adjusts. If you've noticed, I am just dictating at this point. I am feeling the ball, I'm feeling the strings, I'm feeling my racket. Targets are flowing for me, and it's just a matter of like, you know, can I maintain this or am I gonna tire out? The thing is, like, you know, Nolan had a couple of things he had to fix, he had to think about, but now he has to adapt those changes to the increase in level of play from me, which is tough. You know, in theory, if I played at the same level as the first set, then yeah, I'm sure he would have made those changes, but as you can tell, I am absolutely dictating forehands the entire court. I am literally hugging the ad side because I know that Nolan is not brave enough at this time to take it line or take a strong cross court to stretch me on the deuce side. As we're approaching the end of the second set, you'll notice that I'm starting to change up patterns a lot. Like, I'm not so afraid to go towards his forehand because I've pretty much conditioned him to expect backhands. You will notice that a couple of times it just completely catches him off guard. He's not prepared for the approach shots. I've been hitting a bunch of approach shots behind him towards his backhand. At the end of the set, I close off with a couple of approach shots towards his forehand. Going back to the idea of keeping them on their toes, keeping them guessing. It takes a while, but there's a point, and I'm gonna clip this with this point specifically. This is probably the first point that Nolan played that I felt like he did well. And it was because I was going into a 3-cross-1 down line pattern with my forehand. As you can tell, I am just hammering forehands towards his backhand. Naturally, he's gonna keep taking backhands toward the middle or try to go cross court, except on one of the balls, he completely just steps up, not aggressively, but he steps up and he blocks it down the line. He forces me to change my pattern, and to be honest, like, I just completely sail a backhand into the back curtain or just completely out. I was not expecting it at all. You know, it was funny because talking to Nolan, he was just like, well, I just need to get out of trouble there. And although it was like a reactive pressure play by him, it was the correct play. Otherwise, I would have just taken the next forehand down the line. That's kind of like the main thing that I wanted to share with Nolan, is that he has the ability physically to stay in the match and to create these shots. It's not a question of quality, it's a question of, is he able to produce and recognize the correct shot in the right moment? That's it for my my commentary, my digest, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. All right, everyone, that's the end of the match. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary and how I was really dissecting it. Nolan put up an awesome fight. You know, as always, as you know, the same for all of us, there's still a lot of room for him to improve. And I think it was good for him to experience this, right? Like, it's a good chance to see where he's at, but it's also a good chance to see what he's missing, right? It's definitely very easy for the kids to think, oh, like, we're improving, our shots are faster, our shots are deeper, we're much more consistent, right? The actual tennis part is the easy part to see. All in all, had a blast playing him. I'm sure it's not going to be the last time. As always, thank you so much for all the support. We are so close to 2,000 subscribers. I haven't forgotten about what I said when we reached that goal. It's just definitely happening a lot faster than I would have thought. So I might have to change some things up in timeline wise. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're coming back, it's awesome seeing you again. Thanks for stopping by again. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.